Hi everyone, welcome back. I'd like to welcome you to the Part-Time Studies and Online Programs session. In a moment, we're going to bring in Jenny, one of our Part-Time Studies managers. As a friendly reminder, please feel free to put your questions into the chat box at any time during the presentation, and we'll answer as many as we can at the end during the Q&A session. So Jenny, I'll hand it over to you.
And I think, Jenny, you're still muted.
Sorry guys, technical difficulties.
That's okay, Jenny. We can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, can you see my presentation?
Yes, and it looks lovely.
Okay, great. Sorry, I have multiple screens here, so I couldn't unmute until I fix things up. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny Wilcox. I'm the manager of part-time studies, and I'm here to talk to you about the programs you can study as a part-time student and programs that we have you can study entirely online. So in part-time studies, we provide access to credential programs for the non-traditional student, that being the person who wants to study part-time, study online. Typically, the student is not direct out of high school, it's a mature student. We offer certificates, diplomas, degrees, and graduate certificates through flexible delivery, which means evening courses, hybrid courses, which could be in class and online. And also we have courses that are entirely online. So this is a listing of a number of our programs you can study part-time. The programs on the screen now require an application, so you have to apply to them, and you do so through OCAS. And today you can apply for free, and that information will be in the chat. So we have Ontario College certificates, which are one-year programs. Part-time, typically it takes you about 2 years to finish them, depending on how many courses you take. We have a degree in the business department, the Honors Bachelor of Business in Management and Leadership. We have a number of diplomas, which are 2-year programs, typically takes about 4 years to finish. And then we have a number of graduate certificates, which means if you've already finished some post-secondary, like a diploma or a degree, you would meet the admission requirements for those. We also have 4 programs you need to apply to that you don't apply to through the Ontario College Application Service. You do so through Georgian College. You can find these applications on the program page on our continuing education website. And then we have a number of part-time and online programs that you don't need to apply to. You will need to obtain a student number and declare a major. A major is the 4-letter code at the end of each program name here, and that tells Georgian that's the program you're studying, and when you go to register for courses, you'll have all the courses attached to your major that you need to take, so you can track, and we can track what you need to take and what you have taken. So courses you don't need to apply to include some of our Ontario College certificates like Art and Design Fundamentals. We have some short certificates which are anywhere from 6 to 9 courses. And we also have some diplomas you can take without having to apply, such as computer programming. So what does it mean to be a part-time student? For most programs, you can take up to 3 courses per semester. We have students who take 1 course, 2 courses, and 3 courses. It depends how long you want to take to finish the program. A lot of students will start with 1 course just to kind of see how it goes and what the workload will be. And then they'll go up to 2 or 3, depending on how fast they want to finish the program in future semesters. So for part-time students, you pay for the course at the time of your registration. There's no annual tuition fees. You don't need to pay in advance. What you do need to do is pay when you register, and you only pay for the courses that you register into. No application deadlines, so we don't follow full-time application deadlines. I would suggest that if you're leaving it close to the last minute, you apply 2 weeks before classes start, so we have time to process your application and get you some information on which courses you need to take, and then you can decide which courses to take and how many you're going to take. And as a part-time student, you can register and pay for courses online. That is, of course, once you have a student number and your major has been established, then you can go to our website in subsequent semesters and register online. So what does all this mean? Well, it means you can enhance your career on your own terms. Our more than 50 part-time and online programs were designed with flexibility in mind. We want you to have the freedom to study your way and reimagine your future. Our program types range from Ontario College certificates, diplomas, degrees, graduate certificates, to professional associations and recognitions of achievement. So how do you apply, and can you apply for free? As I mentioned, yes, you can apply for free, and you don't need to apply at any certain time, but certainly try to apply prior to the start of the semester. There's different ways to apply, as I went through on previous slides. You do need to apply some online at GeorgianCollege.ca, and some you apply directly to Georgian, and then some you can simply start registering into courses. Before applying to a program that requires an application, you want to ensure you review the admission requirements, and you can find those on the Continuing Education website on the program pages within the program outline. There's a box on there called Program Outline, and that takes you to our program outline, which lists the admission requirements. Or you can also go to the main Georgian College webpage and find the program there. All of those pages contain the admission requirements. The admission requirements for a full-time student are exactly the same for a part-time student. And yes, if your program requires an application, you can apply for free today. So if you want to see what's available on our part-time program webpage, we have a link to an application page, and there you can see a summary of all our programs, whether you need to apply to them, how you apply to them, and whether you can just start registering into courses. Our website is the best resource for up-to-date information. You can see the web link there, and on our Con Ed page we have an online part-time and online programs guide, and you can find a listing there. Although the website, we do add programs from time to time. We have some new ones coming up for fall of 21, so our website is your best source for up-to-date information. So what does course delivery look like during the pandemic? Well, you should always visit our website, and there's a link for COVID information there. Currently, the majority of our courses that can be delivered remotely are being delivered online. If you're looking to study in January, we have a listing on our website right now that you can find on the main web page of all the programs and classes, courses, programs that will be in class on campus, and things that'll be online. And if you can't find it, please always email us. Okay, Emma, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenny. That was a really great overview of part-time studies and online programs, so thank you for that. We've got some good questions here that I'd love to jump into. Joining Jenny for the question and answer portion is her colleague Ashley. So Ashley is also on our panel, and she'll be able to help field any questions that we get. So let's get right into it. This sounds like it's probably a good question for Ashley, but I'll let the two of you decide who should take it. So Emily asks, I would like to be an online student within the business program. I was wondering which business courses are available fully online.
Hi, Emma, it's Jenny. I'll take that one.
Great.
That was Emily. Hi,
Yeah.
Emily. The Business General Diploma non-co-op can be taken entirely online. You need to apply for that at OntarioColleges.ca. You'll see the code BUSX, and that is our online option for part-time students.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Jenny. And Jenny, you did touch on this in your presentation. Someone's asking, how are part-time programs being delivered next semester? So I believe you said they're predominantly being delivered online. You referenced the search tool on our website, so maybe it would be helpful. We do have a moderator in the chat, so maybe our moderator could just throw the search tool in the chat for folks who want to learn more about whether their program's online, in person, or hybrid. So I think that would be helpful. I've got a good question here about OSAP. So it says, can part-time students qualify for OSAP?
Yes, part-time students can qualify for OSAP. They do need to contact financial aid because it's individual, but I have spoken to several students who have obtained OSAP. Typically, they're taking 2 or 3 courses, so I'm not sure you could get if you were taking 1 course, but absolutely look into that with our financial aid people.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jenny. And actually, we do have a second financial aid presentation happening today. It's at 2 o'clock in this room, room 1. So if whomever that person is wants to get a little bit more information about their, how to qualify for OSAP as a part-time student, that would be this session to attend. Another question here. I think this sounds like a good one for Ashley. So let's get Ashley into the mix here. It says, what part-time programs are fully online and can start this winter? I think that's an Ashley question.
Sure, yeah. So I apologize that you can't see me. I don't have a camera on this computer. But we do have a number of programs online part-time that will be starting in January. And they're across a wide range of subject matters. So we have our Autism and Behavioral Sciences. That's an Ontario College graduate certificate program. We have medical transcription health records. We have children's mental health, criminal psychology and behavior, mourning, grief and bereavement, food service worker, home inspection, leadership development series, manufacturing leadership, condominium management, and then we also have online academic upgrading as well.
Awesome. That's quite the list. Is there a spot on your website that would be the best spot to point folks who are curious about those fully online programs?
So I believe there is a landing page now for online programming at Georgian College. So it does include courses and programs, but there is a handy little button to go to get to online programs. So I believe that can be put into the chat for people as well.
Fantastic. We can take
Emma,
care.
I have some programs to add to that list.
Please do,
Jenny. I got the different things. So we have our Recreation and Leisure Services Diploma is online. These programs are entirely online. The Business Diploma, as I mentioned, our Bookkeeping Certificate, the Human Resources Management Graduate Certificate, and also our Automotive Business Diploma, as well as Therapeutic Recreation Graduate Certificate.
Fantastic. That's great. We have a couple more questions coming in from the audience here. This person asks, if I only take 1 program, am I considered part-time? I'm thinking of taking business accounting.
I don't know if that person is talking program or course.
I imagine probably course.
Yeah. So your status as a part-time student means you're not taking a full-time load, and you can take 1 course, 2 courses, or 3 courses. Depending on your program, the average is 3 courses, and be a part-time student.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you, Jenny. We have another question from the audience here that says, when programs are online, can they be done on your own schedule, or are there still scheduled class times? It's a great question.
Okay, so I'll talk to that first, and then I'll let Ashley talk about her programs because they're different. For a lot of our programs this winter that are being delivered remote, the courses are online. They still have a schedule. So there may be times when you have to be online when there's live lectures. It depends on the course and on the faculty, but we also have a lot of courses that are asynchronous, which Ashley, I think you can talk about.
Yeah, so thanks, Jenny. So the programs that I listed, vast majority of the courses that are part of those programs are going to be asynchronous. So meaning you don't have to be online at a certain time of day or day of the week. You're welcome to log in and access the course whenever is convenient for you. But there will be still a set start and end date for the course, and there would be a schedule of due dates for things like assignments, quizzes, and tests, that sort of thing. And that schedule would be set by the instructor, but would be available to you on the first day of the course. So when you log in on that start date, you know that schedule, so you can plan your time around that, because we know lots of people are balancing family and work and school as well. And so occasionally instructors will host like a live chat session or a Q&A like partway through the course, but generally those would be recorded. So if a student isn't available at that specific day and time, it's something that they could go back and listen to at a time that does work for them.
Awesome, that's great. Thank you, ladies. Another question here says, my program has a co-op. Is this mandatory and how does it work?
Yes, co-ops are mandatory to graduate. Let me get my notes on co-ops. So we have consultants who will work with you to try and find a job for your co-op. Your co-op needs to meet a set of learning outcomes, so your consultant will work with you on that. If you're working full-time, there is a chance that your job would meet the learning outcomes and you could use that, but we would work with you to determine that, and it's really all through the co-op department.
Awesome, thanks for that. Okay, another question has come through and it says, how do I stay connected with upcoming new part-time programs?
So you want to take a look on our website. That's where we have everything posted that's brand new. And as soon as something gets mapped out or we put something together, it goes on the website. Fantastic.
That's great. Okay, and it looks like I have one final question here. And it says, where do I find admission requirements?
Admission requirements can be found on the Georgian College main website on each program page. Click through to each program and you'll find the admission requirements there. On the continuing education website, you can find them in the program outline link.
Fantastic. That's really helpful. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, well, it looks like that is all of our questions for today. So I want to say a huge thank you to Jenny and Ashley for joining us today and for everyone who attended and tuned into our part-time studies and online program session.